I love my Sisterlocks. Like, I absolutely love them. But the truth is, if I were starting all over again today, there are some things that I would do differently. Now, we're all on our own journeys, and I don't feel like I've made any major mistakes with my hair, but I have learned a lot over the last 10 years that I've had my Sisterlocks. So in this video, I want to share with you 3 things that I would do differently if I were starting over again today, in case you are about to start your journey and you might get some value from these. And also, I'm going to share a kind of bonus one at the end, so stick around. Hi everyone, I'm Latoya and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I talk about Sisterlocks, travel, and lifestyle design. So if you're into any of those things, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Getting locks can be a big commitment. I remember how much thinking I put into the decision. It was like a really big commitment for me. Also, I talked to a bunch of people. I was just so nervous to take the plunge. I definitely can say that after 10 years, it was literally one of the best hair decisions I've ever made. But I've also picked up things over the years and I'm like, I wish I had known that. So this video is me passing those nuggets on to you. So let's just get right into what those things are. The first thing that I would do differently has to do with the sizing of my locks. I wanted really small locks for the look of it and also for maximum flexibility when it comes to styling. So I got small in the front and around the perimeter, and the rest of my hair is medium-sized locks. I had no issue with this sizing for 4 or 5 years as my hair was still sort of short to medium length. However, as my hair has gotten longer, what I've noticed is that these really small locks put pressure on the front of my hair when I want to put my hair up in a ponytail, for example. Our hairline by nature is more sensitive than the rest of our head. So when you have really small locks on your hairline, they can be super sensitive to certain kind of styles and feel uncomfortable at times. When I put my hair up in a ponytail, I just have to take a little bit more care with how I do it because of the small locks on the front. Also, while I stick to my retightening schedule pretty religiously, if there are prolonged periods where I don't retighten my hair, I know the smallest locks are gonna be the ones that are most vulnerable to falling out. For example, during COVID, I went 9 months without retightening my hair when everything was shut down. And during that time, I lost just 5 or 6 locks, but they were all the smallest locks. Luckily, none of them were in the front. Plus, I have so much hair, so it wasn't a big deal losing that many locks, but it is something to think about. And what I've done as a solution is just basically combine the smaller locks so that you have 2 locks in one. But if I were starting over again, I would do my whole head in medium-sized locks. And just to show you, the middle of my hair is medium-sized locks and they are this small still. So I would do my whole head in this size locks instead of mixing small in with it. The second thing that I would do differently if I were starting my Sisterlocks over again today is color my hair before my install. I knew that I needed to do that from the research I had done, but for some reason, I think I just ran out of time. I didn't do it. And while I was sitting in my loctician's chair getting my hair installed, I remember convincing myself that, oh, I have 4C hair, so my hair will lock in 6 months anyway, and I'll color it then. Well, it took a full 12 months for my hair to lock. And while I was prepared for the process of waiting and just letting my hair do its thing, the one thing that annoyed me for all of those months was that I was missing my color. I'm a color girl. So if color is important to you, go ahead and get that color before the install. In case you're not aware, the reason why you cannot color your hair until your locks actually start forming is because up until that happens, your hair is very delicate. So that's why even with Sisterlocks, you band your hair for the first few months when you're washing it. That is, you put an elastic around it and you're really delicate as you wash. And that's because you want to avoid slippage. You want to avoid your locks coming loose. So if your loctician has to fix half of your head that's unraveled, they're going to charge you. So that's going to cost you money. So it's not realistic for you to color your hair with the amount of washing and agitation that happens during that process before your hair is actually locked. This third one is so hard for me to say out loud, and I don't think I've ever said it out loud before. But if I were starting my Sisterlocks over again today, I would choose Microlocks over Sisterlocks. Ooh, let me tell you why. When I chose Sisterlocks 10 years ago, it was not only because of the small size of the locks, but it's because of the grid that the locks are installed on. The grid for me just provides a really neat look, and that's what I wanted. However, now I see Microlocks being installed on a grid. Also, I see people retightening their Microlocks with tools that look very similar to the Sisterlocks tool. What this all means is that you can achieve a very similar look with Microlocks. In so many cases, I have to ask people, do they have Microlocks or Sisterlocks, because I can't even tell the difference anymore. And why does that all matter? It matters because Microlocks cost a fraction of the price to install when compared to Sisterlocks. Also, because you don't have to seek out a certified Sisterlocks consultant, which can be hard to find in some areas, you can go to any loctician who knows what they're doing in order to maintain your hair, which can save you time and money. I'm gonna keep going with my Sisterlocks because I've invested so much time and money into them, but if you are thinking about which route to take, I would seriously tell you to have a good look at what the differences are and then make the choice that's best for you. My last point, my bonus point of things I would do differently. I would have started sooner. I originally wanted to get my locks when I was 21 years old, but after having conversations with people, I was discouraged. People were saying things like, you are just finishing university and you're about to go out into the workforce. Do you think your locks will affect, your employment? And I let those discussions get into my head. Now, as an older, wiser version of myself, I realize that is real. There's people that will discriminate against us because of our hair. But the thing is, I don't want to work in a place like that, because I know that's just the tip of the toxic iceberg that I will be dealing with in a workplace like that. And that's not where I want to be. Getting locks was one of the best things I've ever done for myself in my life. It has given me freedom and flexibility and beauty that just matches me. And I am so happy with my decision. So if you want to get locks, don't let these kind of discussions be the thing that discourages you from doing so. If you have any questions about anything I discussed, drop it below and I will answer you. I'm going to start putting out weekly Sisterlocks videos. So if you're not already subscribed, you might want to go ahead and do so. Turn on those notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.